Jesus says, "My beloved child, listen carefully, for what I am about to release into your life will not only transform your future, but will also send ripples through the hearts of those who once doubted, opposed, or sought to hinder you. And though you may have walked seasons of silence where your gifts seemed hidden, where your prayers echoed back without answer, and where your faith was tested in fires hotter than you thought you could endure, know that those were not seasons of abandonment, but seasons of divine preparation. For I have been crafting within you a spiritual gift so potent, so radiant, and so full of my glory that when it begins to manifest, it will not only elevate you, but will also shock even the ones who tried to bury your purpose, silence your voice, or strip you of your confidence. And I see how many times you've questioned your worth, how often you've wondered if I had forgotten the promises whispered in secret, how you've wrestled in the night asking why the breakthroughs for others seemed so quick while your own remained delayed. But hear me clearly. Nothing was delayed, nothing was denied, and nothing was wasted. For every tear, every battle, every hidden act of obedience has been a seed planted in heavenly soil. And now the time of harvest is drawing near. And when it comes, it will spring forth not in small measures, but in abundance so great that even your adversaries will marvel at what I have done. And they will say, "Surely the hand of the Lord has been upon this one. Surely we misjudged and underestimated what God was forming in the secret place. For child, I did not create you for a quiet existence, hidden away in fear or shame. I created you to be a light set upon a hill, a vessel of my power, a living testimony of what my spirit can accomplish through a willing and surrendered heart. And though the enemy has tried to silence you with discouragement, distraction, and even betrayal, I tell you that every attack only strengthened the foundation I was building in you. And now I am breathing new life into the gifts that fell dormant, awakening the dreams that seemed buried, and igniting a fire within you that will not be quenched. For I have appointed you for this time, this generation, and this season to walk in anointing so evident that no one will be able to deny it. And I see even now the spiritual gifts stirring in your spirit, gifts of discernment, of healing, of wisdom, of prophetic insight. And as they begin to flow from you, chains will break, captives will be set free, and the enemy's plans will be overturned. For you are not stepping into ordinary days, but into extraordinary encounters where heaven's power will work through your words, your hands, and your prayers. And as these gifts manifest, you must be prepared, for with great anointing comes both great favor and great opposition. But fear not, for I have already secured your victory, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises in judgment will be silenced by the undeniable evidence of my Spirit flowing through you. And even those who laughed at your obedience, who mocked your waiting, who whispered lies about your worth, they will be silenced as they witness the outpouring of glory that cannot be manufactured, imitated, or explained away by human understanding. For I am doing a new thing in you, beloved, a work so wondrous that even your enemies will be forced to confess, "This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes." And so prepare yourself, not by striving or forcing, but by surrendering, by seeking me in the quiet, by allowing me to cleanse every residue of fear, bitterness, or doubt. For I am calling you higher, deeper, and closer. And as you abide in me, I will abide in you. And the gifts I have placed in you will begin to flow like rivers of living water, unstoppable and undeniable. And you will know without question that this is not of you, but of me. And in that knowing you will walk in boldness, in peace, and in the assurance that heaven backs every step you take. Jesus says, "Beloved, As you take in these words, let them pierce the veil of doubt that has tried to settle over your heart. For I tell you again with unwavering truth, the gift within you is not ordinary, it is not small, and it is not meant to stay hidden any longer, for the season of unveiling is upon you. And what I have planted in you in secret will soon bear fruit in public in such a way that even those who sought to diminish you, dismiss you, or destroy your confidence will stand in stunned silence as they watch my power flow through you. And I know how long you have waited for this moment, how many nights you spent wrestling with thoughts of inadequacy, how you questioned whether I could ever use someone like you. And yet in all that waiting, I was at work deep within, pruning what needed to be pruned, healing what was broken, and shaping you into a vessel that could carry the weight of my glory without being crushed under it. For I never pour out great power without first preparing great character. And though it felt like delay, it was divine design. And now that the time of testing has completed its work, you are ready for the outpouring that is about to come. And make no mistake, beloved, this outpouring will not only bless your life, but will ripple outwards, transforming families, communities, and even the lives of those who once stood as your enemies. And I see now the enemy trembling because he knows what I have placed in you. He knows how dangerous. Your obedience is to his plans, and that is why the attacks came so fiercely, why the betrayals cut so deeply, why the door seemed to slam shut when you knocked. But what he failed to realize is that every disappointment only drove you deeper into my presence. Every rejection only rooted you more firmly in my love, and every delay only increased the measure of glory now stored up for release. And beloved, when this spiritual gift fully awakens, it will shock not only your adversaries, but even you. For you have not yet seen the fullness of what I have written over your life. And when it begins to manifest, dreams you thought were dead will breathe again. Prayers you thought were forgotten will be answered in ways that exceed what you imagined. And doors you were never qualified to walk through will swing open, because I have gone before you. And I need you to understand this. The power I am releasing through you is not for self-glorification or shallow pursuits, but for establishing my kingdom on earth, for setting captives free, for breaking generational chains, and for restoring what was lost. And as I pour this anointing upon you, you must stay rooted in humility and intimacy with me, for the enemy will attempt to use this elevation to draw you into pride or distraction. But you must remain vigilant, discerning every spirit, and remembering that apart from me, you can do nothing. Yet with me, all things are possible. And I am even now aligning circumstances, preparing divine connections, and orchestrating encounters that will propel you into the fullness of this calling. And there will be moments, beloved, when even those closest to you will not understand, when your steps of faith will look foolish to the natural mind. But I remind you that I take the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and I delight in using the underestimated, the overlooked, and the broken to display my majesty. For in your weakness my strength is made perfect. And I tell you now, the gift about to be revealed will not be a trickle but a flood, not a whisper but a roar, and its impact will be undeniable, unstoppable, and unforgettable. And as it flows, healing will manifest, miracles will erupt, and lives will be changed simply by your obedience to let me work through you. And even those who mocked, who spoke against you, and who sought your downfall will be compelled to acknowledge that only the hand of God could do such things. And in that moment, my name will be glorified, and your testimony will become a beacon for others who feel unseen, unworthy, or unprepared, for they too will see what I can do with a surrendered heart. And so do not fear the magnitude of what is coming, for I have equipped you for it. I have surrounded you with angels for protection, And I have placed within you a boldness that will arise at the appointed hour like a lion awakened. And I declare over you now, no curse spoken against you will prosper, no plan of the enemy will prevail, and no force in hell will be able to stop the wave of glory that is about to sweep through your life, for it is sealed by my blood, decreed by my word, and sustained by my spirit. Jesus says, Beloved, as I draw you deeper into the fullness of this promise, let my words wash over you like living water and break every lingering chain of fear, hesitation, or doubt. For I tell you again, with all the authority of heaven and the compassion of your Redeemer, that the spiritual gift within you is about to burst forth with such power and clarity that even those who spoke against you, those who dismissed your potential, and those who secretly hoped you would never rise will stand in awe, their tongues silenced by the undeniable evidence of my Spirit moving through you. For I am not only answering your prayers, but exceeding them, not only fulfilling my word, but magnifying it, so that my glory is displayed for all to see. And child, I have seen how long you have walked in shadows, misunderstood by some, overlooked by many, yet all the while I was walking beside you, whispering destiny over your life, shielding your purpose from premature exposure, because the weight of what I am about to do through you required a season of deep preparation. And though it felt like delay, like hiddenness, like being passed over, it was in truth the sacred furnace where faith was forged, character was refined, and the oil of anointing was pressed from the crushing. And now I say to you, the crushing is over, the testing has accomplished its work, and the time of manifestation is here. For I am igniting in you a fire that will not be quenched, a flow of my Spirit so unstoppable that even the forces of hell will tremble at your arising. And beloved, understand this clearly. The gift I am stirring awake within you is not a small measure, not a partial blessing, but a full outpouring designed to destroy yokes, heal hearts, and release captives into freedom. And I see even now the enemy's panic, for he senses what is about to break forth and has tried in desperation to send distractions, counterfeit opportunities, and even old wounds resurfacing to pull you off course. But I say to you, remain steadfast, remain unshaken, for I have already decreed your victory, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. No curse will take hold, and no opposition will withstand the flood of glory that is being released. And as this gift begins to manifest, you will notice shifts around you. People drawn unexpectedly to your words, doors opening without effort, dreams and visions coming with greater frequency, and a boldness rising in you like a lion awakening from slumber. And do not fear this boldness, for it is not pride, but my Spirit emboldening you to step fully into your assignment, to speak when others are silent, to heal where others turn away, to see what others cannot see, and to carry the weight of my presence in places that have long been dry and desolate. And I tell you the truth, beloved, this unveiling will not only bless you, but it will send waves through your family line, breaking generational patterns, redeeming lost years, and establishing a legacy of faith that will stand for generations. And even those who once mocked your obedience, those who whispered behind closed doors that you were wasting your life, will be forced to confess that my hand has been with you all along. For when I lift a vessel, no man can bring it low. And when I open a door, no enemy can close it. And as you step forward, know that angelic hosts are surrounding you, warring on your behalf in the unseen realm, clearing the path for what is to come. And I promise you, beloved, what I have prepared for you will come with such undeniable favor that even your enemies will have no choice but to watch in silence as I set a table before you in their presence. And you will feast not in pride, but in gratitude. your heart overflowing with praise as you witness how I take what was meant for harm and turn it for good, how I use the rejected, the broken, and the overlooked to display my power. And I say again to you, do not underestimate what I can do through a surrendered life, for your obedience has positioned you for this moment. And my spirit will accomplish what your strength never could. And the magnitude of this gift will not only restore your joy, but will awaken purpose in others who have been waiting for a glimpse of my power in the earth. For they will see it in you, beloved, and they will know that I am still the God who calls, who anoints, and who raises up those whom the world least expects. And as you carry this mantle forward, remain in me, abide in my presence, and let my voice be the loudest in your life. For there will be voices that rise in opposition, but none will stand against what I have decreed, for my word does not return void, and what I have begun in you I will bring to completion. And you will see it with your own eyes, and you will marvel, and you will know beyond all doubt that I am the God who never fails, who never forgets, and who always fulfills his promises. Jesus says, beloved, listen as I speak this final word into the depths of your spirit. For this is the moment heaven has been preparing you for, the moment when the unseen battles you fought in silence give way to visible victories so profound that even your enemies will have no choice but to acknowledge my hand upon your life. And I tell you with all the authority of the one who conquered death and holds the keys to every door, the spiritual gift I placed within you before the foundations of the earth is about to awaken fully, and when it does, it will not only break chains but destroy strongholds. It will not only heal wounds but restore destinies, and it will not only bless your life but establish a testimony so powerful that generations to come will still speak of it. For I have been watching as you walked through seasons where your gift felt hidden, where the weight of trials pressed so heavily upon your shoulders that you questioned if you were truly chosen. But I tell you, child, every moment of obscurity was my divine strategy, a season of sacred preparation where I shielded your gift from premature exposure, allowing your roots to grow deep so that when the winds of opposition came, and they surely will, you would not be uprooted. And now, as the heavens begin to shift and the angels assigned to you take their positions, I am releasing a fresh anointing over you, an overflow that will cause even the most hardened hearts to tremble. For when I pour out my spirit, no one can deny its power. And as this gift begins to flow without hindrance, miracles will break out around you. Doors will open with supernatural ease, and alignments will form that could never have been orchestrated by human effort. And yes, there will be those who try to understand, to rationalize, even to oppose, but I tell you now, they will not succeed, for what I am doing in you is sovereign, unstoppable, and sealed by my blood. And even now, I see the enemy trembling in frustration, for every trap he set, every lie he spoke, every weapon he formed has been rendered powerless by my word. And I declare over you, beloved, that your days of hiding are over, your season of striving has ended, and your time of divine release is here. For I am lifting you up not for your glory, but for mine. And as I do, even the ones who once spoke against you, who mocked your obedience, who whispered that you would never rise, will be forced to watch as I set a table before you in their presence. A table overflowing with blessings, favor, and recompense for every tear, every sacrifice, every battle fought in faith. And they will say, surely the Lord has done great things for them. And beloved, this is not a small measure I am pouring out. It is an abundance pressed down, shaken together, and running over, for I am a God of more than enough. And when I move, I do not merely restore what was lost. I multiply it beyond measure. And I tell you, this gift will not only shock your enemies, but will also draw the weary, the broken, and the lost to me as they see my light radiating from your life. And I charge you now, remain humble, remain anchored, and remain in intimacy with me. For the higher I take you, the more vital it will be to keep your eyes fixed on me alone. And know this, I am sending angelic reinforcements to surround you, to guard the doors I am opening, and to protect the oil of anointing flowing over your life. For the enemy will try to stir up storms, but I have already spoken. Peace be still, and no storm will overtake you. No opposition will derail you, and no power of hell will be able to stop what I have begun. And I tell you again, what is coming will be so undeniable, so miraculous, and so perfectly timed that you will look back and understand why I asked you to wait, why I allowed certain people to leave, and why I shut doors you begged me to open. For what I am releasing now could not have been carried in your old season, and you will stand in awe as you witness how I redeem lost years, restore stolen opportunities, and elevate you to a place where my glory is revealed through your every step, your every word, your every act of obedience. And I say to you, beloved, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you now, and no darkness can overcome it. And as you move forward, remember that this is only the beginning. For I am a God of endless abundance, and what I have prepared for you goes beyond even what you have asked, thought, or imagined. And so lift your eyes, strengthen your heart, and prepare to step into the fullness of this moment. For the world is about to see my power displayed through you in ways so profound that it will silence every critic, astound every doubter, and draw even your enemies to my feet. And I tell you, child, the gift is awakening. The hour is here, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop the glory that is about to break forth from your life.